Okay, so what we want to talk about first is we want to talk about kind of the glove size versus the position that you're playing. Oftentimes, I find that when people are looking for gloves, they first start off with their hand size. And they assume that because they have a bigger hand, they should be playing with a bigger glove. When in fact, that's not the case at all. As an adult playing baseball or even softball, you're going to find that the glove itself, the spot where you put your hand, is going to be pretty universal. That really doesn't change much because they're able to spread the glove out based on the size of the glove. What you're going to find, though, is that the position that you play is going to really determine the size glove that you should be using. Okay? What I mean by that is if you look, this glove, for an example, is an adult glove. It's an 11 3/4 inch glove, and it is generally played as a shortstop or a third baseman's glove. Occasionally, a second baseman will use this, but oftentimes a second baseman will actually go smaller. Okay. Conversely, if you're looking for an outfielder's glove, the largest outfielder's glove is going to be a 12.5 inch glove. So it's going to be 3/4 of an inch bigger than this one. Although whether you have a big hand or a small hand, your hand should pretty much fit in any one of those gloves. But the position that you're playing is going to determine the size. The outfielder wants the bigger glove. You're typically ranging a lot more. You're not looking to throw people out. You're simply trying to catch the ball in the outfield. So you want the biggest glove you can get. And in this case, this one is a 13-inch glove. This is going to be illegal for baseball, but perfectly legal for softball. And it's a huge mitt. And it's designed for getting out in the outfield, and when you're tracking down that fly ball, having that little extra reach, a little bit more basket to corral the ball in with. Okay? When you're talking about a middle infielder, or an infielder in general, you're typically going to be talking about a smaller glove. This one here is an 11.5 inch glove. Okay? And typically, now you're getting into the range of a second baseman. The idea here is that while the second baseman or the shortstop is going to be using this ball to catch the ball in the air, it oftentimes is being used just simply stop the ball off the ground or off a hop. Okay, and in doing so, they also want to be able to get into the glove and flip that double play or get it over to first or get it to third or get it wherever they need it to be. When you use a baseball, when you're using a baseball, that ball can get lost in a glove that gets to be 12.5, 13 inches. It's a lot harder to get into that glove, pull that ball out, and throw it. Whereas a small glove is going to have the ability to very shallow pocket. You can get that ball in and out. It does mean that you're going to have to learn how to use this glove a little bit more skillfully, but ultimately that's the goal. If you can field the ball but you can't get it out to throw it to first, what good are you as an infielder? So that's what that's for. But when you look at the differences in the gloves, again, we'll use this one as an example. 11 3/4 inch glove. It's an adult glove. One of the things that you need to realize is that they make junior gloves that are 11 3/4 inch as well. They make junior gloves that are also 12-inch gloves. They make them down to 10.5. But we also make they also make adult gloves that are 10.5 inch gloves that are juniors, and even youth sizes at a 10.5 and an 11-inch glove. When you're talking about the juniors and the youth, oftentimes, like this one here, this is a little pink glove. It's my daughter's glove. Oftentimes, when you're looking at this, you're looking at a junior glove. This is a 10-inch glove. Actually, it's a youth glove. It's a 10-inch glove. And while an adult glove they make is a half-inch larger than this, it's still a very, very small glove. And yet, there's no way I'm going to get my hand into this. Okay. So where does that discrepancy play in? Well, it's in understanding how they size the glove. And when you size a glove, you have to look at it you can't look at it from the entirety of the glove. When they measure a glove, they're simply going to measure it from the tip of the pointer finger through the glove to the heel of the glove. Okay, so anytime that is going to measure, in this case 11 3/4, okay, you can apply that 11 3/4 to any glove you want. Okay, but ultimately that's the measuring point. So I can make the glove wider, I can make the back bigger to accommodate larger and smaller hands. But that's where that's going to be. So again, when you're looking at the size of the glove, you really want to make sure that you're staying within the category youth, junior, adult. that you should be looking at. But ultimately, when you're looking at the sizing of the glove, be it a 10.5, which is going to be 10.5 to 11.5 is going to be that second baseman's glove. Say 11 to 11 3/4 is going to be that shortstop's glove. And when you get into the third base, oftentimes it's 11.5, 11 3/4. Your outfielders are going to typically wear that 12.5-inch glove. But they all should be able to fit your hand. Any differences in that is going to be in the manufacturing process, not in the physical sizing process. So I hope that gives you a little bit more insight into how to better size the gloves. The next thing that we want to talk about is